All right, let's dive in. Today, we're heading to a city cradled in the beautiful Doon Valley, a place where those misty Himalayan foothills meet this incredible tapestry of history and culture. Let's explore the story of Dehradun. You know, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the magic of a Dehradun monsoon. It makes you picture a landscape that's constantly being refreshed, where the clouds literally roll down the mountains to say hello. That's the vibe, that's the atmosphere of the Doon Valley. So here's the game plan for today. We'll kick things off with a little welcome to the Doon Valley. Then we'll dig into its amazing history and see what the city's like today. After that, we're getting into all the good stuff, how to plan your trip, and of course, the top sites you absolutely cannot miss. So let's get our bearings. Where exactly are we? Dehradun is the winter capital of Uttarakhand, and it's perfectly situated in the scenic Doon Valley. It's literally cradled between two of India's mightiest rivers, the Ganges on one side and the Yamuna on the other, making it the true gateway to the Garhwal Himalayas.
What's in a name, right? Well, for Dehradun, its name is basically its origin story. Dera comes from dera, which means camp. See, back in 1676, Guru Ram Rai set up his camp here. And where did he set it up? In the Dun, or valley. Put them together, and you get Dehradun, camp in the valley. Simple as that.
So how does a simple camp turn into the bustling city we know today? Well, Dehradun's history is this amazing, complex story, woven together with myths, royalty, wars, and so much culture. The story goes way, way back, all the way to the epic Mahabharata. This valley was believed to be the home of Dronacharya, the legendary teacher. Fast forward to 1676, and we get the historical founding by Guru Ram Rai. But a place this strategic doesn't stay quiet for long. In 1804, it was captured by the Gurkhas of Nepal, and then in 1816, it was handed over to the British, who turned it into a major administrative hub.
And get this, here's a piece of history I bet you haven't heard. Dehradun has this totally surprising link to Afghanistan. After a war with the British, the exiled Afghan emir, Das Muhammad Khan, was sent to live here. Well, he missed the food from back home, especially the palau, so he brought basmati rice seeds with him. Turns out, the Doon Valley's climate was perfect for it, and the rice that grew here became world famous. His family even stayed and became part of the city's fabric. How cool is that?
Okay, so that's the past. But what's Dehradun like today, in the 21st century? Let's zoom in to the here and now.
Modern Dehradun is a real melting pot. You can see from the numbers it's predominantly Hindu, but it also has really significant Muslim and Sikh communities, which totally reflects its layered history. This diversity just makes the city's culture so rich, with different festivals and traditions happening all year round. Now, beyond its culture, Dehradun is really known for two big things: being super smart and super safe. Remember how the British set it up as an administrative and military center? Well, that legacy is still alive and kicking. It's home to some of India's most famous institutions, like the Forest Research Institute and the Indian Military Academy. All that focus on education has led to a literacy rate of almost 90%. And on top of that, it's consistently ranked as one of the safest cities in the country.
All right, are you thinking about a trip yet? I thought so. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty, how to get there, and the best way to move around once you've arrived.
Getting to Dehradun is actually pretty easy. You've got three main options. You can fly into Jolly Grant Airport, which is just a short hop from the city. The train is another fantastic choice, since the station connects to pretty much everywhere. And if you're coming from a city like Delhi, there are tons of buses that'll get you there in about 6 or 7 hours.
But here's a pro tip, and trust me on this one. Once you're there, the absolute best way to explore is on two wheels. Renting a scooter gives you total freedom to zip through the streets, find those hidden gems, and get to all those beautiful, out-of-the-way spots that buses just can't reach.
Okay, so we've got our scooter, we're ready to go. What are we going to see? Let's hit the road and check out the spots that make Dehradun a traveler's dream.
First up, for all you nature buffs out there, Dehradun is an absolute goldmine. Shikar Falls is this stunning, raw waterfall that feels like you're discovering it for the first time. The journey there is half the fun. Just a narrow little path right next to a stream. Then you've got Robber's Cave, also called Guchhu Pani, which is this incredible river cave you can actually walk through. It's amazing. Just a heads up though, during the monsoon, the water can get really high, so sometimes they have to close it for safety.
Next, we're heading to Sahasradhara, which literally means thousand-fold spring. It's famous for its sulfur water pools, which people say are great for your skin. But if you go during the monsoon, wow, the water becomes this roaring, powerful force of nature.
For the best view, you have to take the ropeway to the top. The panoramic shot of the whole valley, with clouds rolling in, it's just unforgettable.
Dehradun also has this really deep spiritual side. You've got the Tapkeshwar Temple, which is this ancient cave shrine to Lord Shiva, and it's even connected to the legends of Dronacharya. Water literally drips from the cave ceiling right onto the Shiva Linga. And then, for a completely different vibe, there's the Mindrolling Monastery. It's this beautiful, peaceful Tibetan Buddhist space with a giant stupa and a massive Buddha statue. It's just so serene.
And if you want to feel the city's heartbeat, you have to go to the center. Right around the famous clock tower, you'll find Paltan Bazaar. It's this vibrant, bustling market, and it's the perfect place to be in the evening for some shopping, people watching, and of course, trying some amazing local food. Okay, so we've seen all these incredible places, but how do you actually piece it all together for a trip? Let's map out the perfect itinerary.
First question, how long should you stay? Look, to really do it right and not feel rushed, you're going to want at least 2 to 3 days. That gives you plenty of time to see the natural wonders, visit the temples and monasteries, and still soak up the city vibe.
Now, this is super important. When you visit, completely changes the game. It's basically 2 different experiences. The monsoon season gives you these incredibly lush, green landscapes and waterfalls that are just absolutely roaring. But roads can get flooded and some trails might be closed. On the other hand, the post-monsoon season, from October to February, offers clear skies, calm rivers, and perfect weather. Everything is open and it's much safer for trekking. It really just depends on what kind of adventure you're after.
So, when you think about it, Dehradun isn't just a place on a map. It's a whole collection of stories, of ancient myths, of royal exiles bringing new flavors, of spiritual seekers, and of nature at its most powerful. So, the real question is, when you go, what story are you going to find in the Doon Valley?